Hello, everyone. My name is Jasmine, and I should be your next president. Here's why. Hillary, not a good option. No. Me, great option. Why? Integrity. Plus, not saying Hillary's bad. I don't really know her personally. But as a woman, she doesn't have a very diverse worldview, is what I'm saying. And I do. While, of course, I'm not old enough to be president yet, I still don't think that's a good enough reason to say otherwise. The thing is that what I do have is perspective from down below, from the bottom. I have real perspective of what the everyday American goes through, and I'm mixed. My father was a Black Puerto Rican. My mother was a Russian Polish Jew with French and Spaniard from New York, okay? And she was an epileptic. She was the epitome of that poor single mom who had to use food stamps. My father was a drug dealer. His mother died in 9th grade. He went crazy and, that went out of control and he started dealing drugs, and various things happened throughout my life to really show me perspective. And I have a lot of perspective. I have perspective about our police force and how crooked and how terrible the systems that they have in place are, and how you can't trust the people that you think you can. I have perspective on attorneys, doctors, and so many different things not working the way they should be. There needs to be a better audit on these kinds of people. There needs to be an integrity check, because there's none. Everybody's taking their sweet ass time because everybody's hiding shit. Everybody's taking their sweet ass time because first, I need to sweep a few things under the carpet. Then we can get the ball rolling. But I need to cover my tracks before anything happens. And that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people that are saying, oh, well, this is America. You guys are responsible for yourself. But then you guys own the waterways. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, but then if we can do whatever we want, how come we have to pay huge amounts of fees just to get solar power when electricity could be free? Tesla knew it. What are we doing? Why is TECO shutting people's electricity off when really it's completely inhumane? Why are we charging for a resource that is completely free? We could have cars running on water, but are we? Nope. Why? Because the fuel companies and the oil companies, they're a bunch of old men at the top of the food chain who don't want to move from their place. They don't want to pivot and they don't want to change. There's so many problems going on in this world. We have so much waste of food and this and that, and yet we're not giving to the needy. The amount of greed that goes on in this world is phenomenal. And then let's just top it off. The pedophilia pandemic that just goes on just here in America. It's mind-boggling. And the fact that police help. The fact that there are certain laws in California that make it easier for a child to become victimized. All I'm saying is that I am actually kind of happy that coronavirus has happened. And let me just say, God bless everybody dealing with it. I was very sick for about 14 days and I was self-isolating, and I'm pretty sure it was COVID, but I obviously could not get a test because I'm a 26-year-old female who is fairly healthy, which is fine because only about 18% of women that contract it die, as opposed to 82% of men. So And that's talking about people that are hospitalized, not people that just contracted. So people, 82% of men that are hospitalized, hospitalized and in bad condition. That's what I'm saying. Well, no, I messed up. Of the people that die and are hospitalized, that small group, not people that are hospitalized, of the people that do die, 82% of them are men. That's what I meant to say. And that's another thing. These people, they have too much of an ego. They can't correct themselves. And that's another huge problem. Because if you can't correct yourself, you can't fix a huge problem, which is you. I think the way we're running this country and the world, frankly, is wrong. We need to become more self-sufficient in our general areas. Craftsmen need to come back. We need to do things more homemade, like American made, and stop depending on so many countries. We know we want this one world order, but look what a one world order could possibly do. You could possibly infect the entire world in one day if we had a one world order. Isn't that something to think about? And you guys want to put it all together? You guys are committing suicide yourself. I mean, we have these huge group of people at the top that are not realizing the kind of conditions that people are living in. Poverty does not allow for you to have space. Poverty does not allow for you to be quarantined particularly well. So these people are missing a huge mark because they don't see it. They lack perspective. And that is the problem. I've been around rich people, I've been around poor people, I've been around in the middle people, and I know the perspectives. I understand what it's like to be that business owner, having to pay somebody's bills, and everybody thinking that you have all the money in the world because you own a business. Well, it's not that. Now I'm going to put something in perspective for lots of people. Imagine you own a business. You have to pay for your rent at your house. You have to pay for your electricity at your house. You have to pay for your cable at your house. And then you have to do all that for your business, plus pay your employees, and then pay any expenses for products, materials. And then you get the tiny little bit of money left to pay yourself. Okay, so it's not, people that own businesses are not rich either, okay? They're just trying to fucking make it themselves. Excuse my language. Instead of having huge grand supermarkets where you can get any kind of vegetable and fruit any time of the year, we need super gardens. And we need more people to contribute to it. More people should learn how to be growing food in school. And we also need to be learning about psychology. And instead of saying, oh, you're 18 years old, but yet you were abused your whole life, well, you're 18, you're an adult, it's your fucking life, to heck with you. Because that's what we do. We don't take care of people case by case. We're just numbers. And this is why a woman needs to be in office. Because we've just had tyrants and they lack perspective. They've never been a mother. They've never been abused by a man, by financially abused by a man, because unfortunately, they have dependent children and they can't really do anything. You know the law, how hard it is for a woman just to get somebody to help her if she's being abused by her husband to get out of that situation? Oh, that's your husband, that's who you choose. We're gonna make it really damn hard on you. If he's raping you, oh, he's abusing you, oh, are there any bruises? Oh, we can't tell, oh, sorry. Buy a lawyer, even though you're being financially abused. The system doesn't allow people to get up. The system is designed to fuck people over and keep them down. And I think that this video is extremely important. I think people need to consider certain things. And look, I don't know it all. I'm not perfect. I'm young. I may be kind of naive with regard to some things. I'm not saying I know everything. And as a president, as somebody that would be appointed to something, as somebody with real perspective on living in the real world, not somebody that has been rich their whole lives, I'm not knocking the dude for what he's doing, but what I'm saying is he lacks perspective. And he's very motivated by money, and that is the problem. Because if he wasn't motivated by money, our country would not be in this situation. We would have been quarantining in January and getting everybody tested in January and telling China, hey, send us over those tests, duplicating them very quickly and not making such a huge problem out of this. But that didn't happen. So I just want to leave you with this. If you want me to be your president, if you think that this message has value, then please like it. Please subscribe. Like, I know a lot of my other videos are just like dumb, but this is a different side of me. I'm very political, and I see things, I see the world from a different perspective. And I've had police do horrible things to me, which made me understand that what made me understand is that we have an illusion of safety. We're only safe if they want to help you, if they feel like it. The protocol will only take you so far. These people, it's like they don't give a shit at all. And look, I'm not, even if I'm not president, that's not my main goal. My main goal is sending these ideas out, okay? My main goal is saying, hey, somebody needs to be appointed that sees all the sides, because this is not right. They're not considering so many different life paths. What about the person that was still looking for a job during all this and everything shut down and now they can't get a job at all because no one can? What about that person? There's so many life perspectives and no one's thinking about it. And no one's caring. They're just like, oh, well, only if you paid your taxes. Okay. Well, we're going to have a huge homeless problem then. Well, why are mortgages and rent even due for everyone, businesses included? Everything should have been put on a pause. But it's not, because money seems to be more important than people's lives. And how we look and how we are perceived seems to be more important than people's lives. And now look at how everybody's perceived, even worse off than they would have been. But I digress. I hope you find hope in this message, because we can make things better. We can make a difference. We can make a change. It's only a matter of we're willing to. Thank you.